Hi, welcome to another timeless episode of KWODZAP. I call it timeless because this is the type of show where I'm going to talk about things that could still be considered current years from now. And I want to bring this out to show you what a cassette looks like in case you forgot. Back then, it was very common for everyone in radio to record their shows on cassettes called air checks, and then you go pop it in your car as soon as you got off the air to listen to yourself, to ego trip on yourself, and to feel that sense of narcissistic power of, wow, I was on the radio and thousands of people have just heard me say all this, and I'm going to pretend I'm still talking live to you like it's happening now. But what this is, like I said, is a tape of my music, my narcissistic music of me telling myself I was going to have hit songs on the radio. Cassettes are cool. I always liked them, that you could pop them in and out and, capture radio experiences and just create your own mixes that go on for like 90 minutes. Whereas today's digital recording in 2017 is kind of cumbersome. I like how it's preserved because it has that clean sound and supposedly is going to last forever, although we don't know because of all the changing formats. Some of these formats might not be compatible in the future with new technology, and that's always a concern. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm leading up to a song that I wrote called Wind Around the Century, and that's about time travel. Does time travel exist? It can in a song, if that's what the song is about, and you put your mind into the song, or the song puts its lyrics into your mind. However that works, I do believe that time travel exists at least in the form of a song or a movie or a memory, or just in your imagination. So it's not out of the question that time travel exists. I believe that we're just playing with words here, time and travel and putting them together and then trying to live up to the dream that you can go back in time to whatever period you desire and pick the time period that when times were better, right? Because a lot of people think that the world just keeps falling apart on a daily basis. But really what a lot of that is just mainstream media paints it that way. And a lot of news programs use as their sponsors pharmaceutical companies. So big pharma, you'll notice all kinds of advertising on news programs. I myself don't take pharma. I boycott it as much as possible because the industry's full of fraud. It's basically very deceptive. I know that makes me sound like some quack, right? Guess who came up with the term quack? The American Medical Association. You don't think they're quacks? They were the ones who used to run tobacco ads in their journal called the American Medical Association Journal, or whatever it's called, Journal of American Medical Association, JAMA. That's who you trusted all these decades. The guys who advertised tobacco, and they got rich off of it, and they didn't stop investing in tobacco stocks until like the mid-1980s. So don't tell me they have credibility. That wasn't that long ago. There were still jukeboxes in the 1980s. I know that we tend to think of jukeboxes as a 1930s thing, around the time when JAMA was making tons of money off tobacco ads. But then again, there were all kinds of radio shows back in the 30s that were sponsored by tobacco companies and things of that nature that were just terrible for your health. But it was accepted, an accepted norm in society, because mainstream media, you're never supposed to question it, right? Anything on that is supposed to be gospel. Just something to think about as we now get into the song Wind Around the Century, which I hope I've proven to you is an example of time travel, that you can experience time travel on your own through your own imagination. You could put yourself into any time period, either by reading a book about it, or seeing a documentary about a certain decade, or listening to music of a certain decade, or listening to a song about several decades unwinding. So let's do that right now. And don't forget, media and formats keep changing over time, and 100 years from now, this isn't going to make much sense to some people, except for the people who understand that change is a continuum.
Wide awake on a sleepy trail, desert sky gone dark, on a long, lonesome highway to an imaginary theme park. Wind around a century, time is full of memories in the shadow of a distant dream. It never comes true, or so it seems, oh yeah. I played around with fear and sin. I peeked behind the forbidden door. I've been to hell and back again, but I never knew just what I was looking for. Oh yeah. Wind around the century in search of infinity. It's time to test imagination on a quest. We're waiting for the real thing. Maybe we'll see a surprise. Wind around the century and let it open up your eyes. As I lay back in my solitude and I hear the noise dissolve, all the things I meant to say to you seem